might be different if you may end up somewhere else if you try it yourself.
Oh, you're a witcher?
Indeed.
White hair, vertical pupils, signs of mutation?
Skip the medical exam.
Forgive me. I meant no harm. I'm Siegfried, a knight of the Order of the Flaming Rose.
I'm Geralt.
I've heard much praise concerning the combat skills of witchers.
If you don't mind, I have some work to do down here, and I'd like to get it done fast.
A cockatrice, correct? That's why I'm here.
Let's talk.
Convenient. What do you know about cockatrices? Cockatrice? Yeah, that's how you say it.
What do you know about cockatrices?
Cockatrices.
Cockatrices, also known as scoffins, are a kind of ornithosaur. They're twice the size of a large bird. The link between reptiles and birds. They resemble roosters, hence their common name.
I remember in the Horrible Histories, cockatrices were mentioned in, I think it was I don't remember. I was a habit of assuming it's the British thing, because I believe most of the books center on, not most of the books. I think the medieval book does center on the British stuff a lot. So yeah. Regardless, the cockatrices are obviously not a real thing. If I remember correctly, if I remember the thing correctly, it's been years since I've read it, but the cooks were prepared front half of a rooster attached onto the back end of a piglet. The rooster would be fed a specific diet as well. As a side point, I don't remember much details about that, but the skill and whatnot the cockatrice would be prepared with was like an example of the Lord's power, because presumably they could hire a better cook or whatever. They don't think they went into details. Just said that's it. It just said it was kind of their power or whatever, and that was it. If I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong. If I say something and it interests you, or basically if you're gonna remember it, you may want to check it out yourself. If you're interested enough that you could just tune out, you're fine, but otherwise you may want to look into it, because I could be wrong. And I'd hate to mislead someone, or just provide you general misinformation, even if it's unintentional. So, let's continue.
Go on.
The cockatrice is frequently mistaken for a basilisk, but they're two separate species. Contrary to common belief, the cockatrice's gaze does not turn people to stone, but one should beware of its beak. The monster's beak is apt to tear its opponent's vital organs out with surgical precision. Often, the victim is slain immediately, especially when taken from behind.
So how would you say the beast can be killed?
You'll need to excel at swordsmanship. Without a silver sword, it'll be more difficult. A cockatrice likes to sneak up from behind and attack.
Anything useful to be taken from the carcass?
Its eyes are quite a versatile component, and precious. Its tail feathers are even more valuable.
Impressive knowledge.
I confess my knowledge of monsters ends with the cockatrice. My late father, Ike of Danel, may he rest in peace, left me an engraving of the beast. There were many more engravings, but they were lost inside a manticore's stomach. Only the cockatrice's image survived.
My sympathies. Did you hunt the manticore too?
No, I wasn't at home at the time. When I returned, I discovered my father, despite his infirmity, had decided to fight the manticore. He asked to be tied to a horse, and with a prayer, he charged the beast. As you can surmise, he met a tragic end.
When I reached the site of their struggle, the monster was in horrible pain, seconds from dying. When it could not dislodge my father from his armor, it nearly swallowed the old man whole. Later, they would say the sacred fire in Ike's soul burnt the monster's heart.
A heroic death.
May he rest in peace.
Think you can kill the cockatrice?
The sacred flame will guide me.
What prompted you to enter the sewers after a beast?
It threatens Vizima. The Order's been fighting beasts for a while, rather effectively, too.
Wait, that's Witcher's work.
You Witchers are relics and few in number. You're no competition. The Order demands no payment for protecting humans.
I suppose fairies funded your armor and castles.
I've no desire to argue. We're both here. There's no reason to await the other's turn, especially while there are drowners here too. Let's join forces instead.
I long to see your combat skills, and I assure you, my sword is at your disposal.
To be perfectly honest, this guy's like, even though he seems like, oh, you're relics of the past and we're better because we don't charge, though they do indirectly what with them having to be funded, which indirectly comes from the coffers of the people they protect, likely out of taxes, which comes from the peasants and whatnot. Some of it may come from nobles, but depending on how societies run, the nobles may pay next to nothing. To give an example from real life, pre-French Revolution France, they had a system of 3 castes. I'm not sure the exact name they put to it, but there was 3 different groups. Nobility, or no, the aristocracy, the clergy, and everyone else. Literally everyone else. Doctors, bricklayers, whoever. They're all mashed into one group. Each group got 1 vote each. As in, all the aristocrats got 1 vote, all the clergy got 1 vote, the doctors and bricklayers got 1 vote, together. Like the common people, priests, and the nobility all had 1 vote. So, actually, let me rephrase this because I want to make sure it's clear. I feel it probably is clear, but I'm paranoid that my wording is going to be incorrect. So there's 3 groups. The first one was the nobility, second was the clergy, and third one was everyone else. Each group had only 1 vote. No matter how many was in the group, it was only 1 vote. So even though there was like 20 different doctors, bricklayers, they only had 1 vote. So when a new tax was brought in or whatever, the clergy and the nobility would vote together, so they wouldn't have to pay. And since the peasants would vote going by themselves, they would only have 1 vote to the others 2, and would have to pay all taxes, both old and new. So it was a shit system. Though from my limited knowledge of this thing, French Revolution France and maybe just afterwards it was maybe better on the tax system, but a lot of people died. The guillotine came into creation around then, or if it came into creation, it was used heavily at least then. So, there you go. Then again, knowledge at the time is rather limited. It's been quite a while since I've actually dealt with French Revolution France. It was a junior cert. I actually remember the book, the history book. I've seen bits of pages in my mind. That's it. And a bit of the work. For those who didn't go through the Irish system, or anything sharing the same system, the junior cert, there's like primary school and then secondary school. Primary school is like, feeling something in my mouth. Don't know what. I think I just need a drink or something. Primary school, it's like 4 till 11 or so, and then secondary school is 11 till 17, 18. Roughly. So junior cert is 11, and I mean that age-wise, roughly. First, second, and third year are the junior cert. Their 5th and 6th year are the leaving cert. There is a 4th year, but that's transition year, and not all schools do it. And it's mostly like work experience with you doing some other classes. I had one guy who actually claimed that he managed to fail transition year. He did that by staying at home the entire time, allegedly. He was a year older than me, so I wasn't there at the same time as him. Like doing transition year. So I wouldn't know. But he claims that he just stayed at home the entire time playing WoW. And that's how he failed it. Like he only came in a few times in the entire year. But yeah. So, and I've been out of school 3 years. So around 5 years ago when I last had the history book. or opened it at the very least. Who knows when I actually studied it, because I'm terrible at studying. But anyway, point being, you may want to look it into yourself if it sounds interesting, because I could be wrong. My memory isn't perfect. I don't have a photographic memory or anything. I just have a good memory if I give a shit about something, and even then, it's not perfect. Human memory, it's flawed.
Agreed. Let's go.
You lead.
You are the protagonist, after all. You now have a silver sword, which is more effective against magical beasts and monsters. The steel sword is more effective against humans and animals. Convenient for this drowner. It was good of that drowner to wait until I was done talking. Also, it is E to shift styles. I just noticed. I was right when I guessed that earlier. Also, I probably should go get a drink. I need one. It's gone 5. I'm gonna just save this and I'll be back. I sincerely hope you're enjoying this so far, folks. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Oh, actually, wait. I forgot what I was doing. I was just going to go get a drink and come back up, but I need to exit out. So, I'll talk to you next time, folks. I did save, yes, good. I didn't want to go through all that again. So, I'll talk to you next time. Oh well, I'll talk to you in a moment. BRB. Hey, folks, nearly have 9 hours recorded. Second time trying to start this, by the way. Started this and then panicked I wasn't actually recording. It's fine, though. But I'll start again regardless. It's like 7 hours 48 or something that I've recorded. If I remember correctly, now I'm thinking it's... No, sorry, nearly 9 hours recorded, so it's 8 hours 48. Not all of that will be seen. Like, some stuff I just have to edit out, or like I've kept the game running and stopped for a while. But it's nearly 9 hours recorded so far, which is all in all pretty great. Of course, if every area is at least as long as that village, this game is going to take a while. Because that village took up at least 3 hours. Probably 4, maybe 5 even. No, I wouldn't say 5. Sorry about the drinking. Oh, fuck. I drank too quickly, got hiccups. Blasted things. I got them the other night, thought I was going to be sick. Actually, maybe I haven't got hiccups. It's just I kind of hiccuped there. I'm not sure if you heard it or noticed it or anything like that. My chest feels sore and I feel somewhat nauseous, but I seem fine. Actually, I do feel kind of sick. I'll have to deal. Sorry, I'll have to deal with it for now because sorry, for whatever reason my whole playing thing has gone off. Just not going well. Come on, up. Thank you. Okay. Let's go this way. I actually remember running through these tunnels, well, sewers, really, for listening to a podcast. Don't remember which one. It's a hazard guess, maybe World of Warcast, Tavern Cast, or Analog Hole Gaming. All of them are possibilities. They're just a guess at what I was listening to around that time. Oh, unknown herb. I can't gather it. I don't know what it is. Ooh, well, that's unnerving. That's demon horns. Barrel. Flint, whetstone, orens. I think all those buffs are temporary, so keep that in mind. It doesn't say so there, but I do believe it is. They are. Well, I think it is. They are. Fuck! You can two-shot them even in crowd style? My god, they really are vulnerable to silver. What's this called? Group style. Oh, here we go. Ah, that's just his reflection. Okay. Just wondering. Ah, here we go. Yeah, there's different quarters to the city. As you may have noticed there, we're in the temple quarter sewers. I didn't get that far in the game, to be honest. It's primarily because, like, I didn't see any of the other quarters or anything like that. And I didn't get very far because I think I was ignoring the game's clear hint. Go to this area! Because I was fixating on doing something else. For whatever damn reason. Ugh, excuse me. What random goblins down here? Why are people throwing whetstones down here? Just because it's called a whetstone does not mean it has to be literally wet. People here are dumb. Okay. A knight's corpse. A key bearing the image of the lion-head spider. Lovely. A letter for Knight Eric describes the location of the lion-head spider cult. Eric, the tortured blasphemers gave us only very general information. We know the worshippers of the lion-head spider meet in one of the dungeons in the sewers. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to determine its location. One of the cultists had a key, which you will find enclosed. I wager anything that it opens the doors to the meeting place. Go into the sewers and try to locate the dungeon in question. Let the eternal fire light your way in the darkness. Oh, so these knights torture. Alright. Okay. It's not really surprising considering this place. Just how this whole area is and whatnot. Here's a ghoul. Well, it's a drowner. I didn't actually notice this side passage, so big thank you to ye, you ugly bastards. Seriously has pretty good damage there, I have to say. Knowingly, he is on half health. The other guy. The only person here other than Geralt. Okay, he's okay. Friendly fire is off. The daughter is just immune to signs. He is terrible at actually getting to a place. You know, signs. I was worried there for a moment. This a greater cockatrice? Eat fire. Eat more fire.
For the faithful.
Oh fuck, knocked down. Up, up, up. Must protect the fabulous knight. Huh, good. Okay, the head's perfectly intact, it's just a little ignited.
The cockatrice is dead. Now, where was the exit?
I don't think I can go back the way I came.
Come, I lead you to the exit. Take the cockatrice's head. Vincent pays well for trophies.
Very well.
Eh.
It reeks.
A cockatrice's head? Okay, this is strange. Malcad Sephrat? Separa? Onosaur's eye, and cockatrice feather. Yeah, last time I did it, I killed him in a different area, right by the exit, as far as I remember. Could go down that way and probably kill more ghouls, but I'm gonna have to come down here anyway to find that cult and wipe them out.
Make haste.
Yeah, it's... So, this is the exit.
That door leads out of the sewers. So, this is where we part. But
Quiet. I hear footsteps.
Odd. Few would dare venture here.
Oh. Don't die. Knowingly, I'm stuck with steel. For a moment, I thought the knight was crumpled to the ground over against the wall. He is. But no, the knight is too badass for these two assassins.
Friends of yours?
You could say so.
And you see the head attached to the hook.
Been bothering me for a while.
Who knew you'd be in the sewers?
The captain of the guard, the loon from the jail, and the prisoners. I fought the cockatrice for my freedom.
A limited number of suspects. You'll likely solve the mystery when you find the leader of those bandits. I have a friend in Vizima, a detective.
Where are you headed?
I have things to attend to at my quarters. Then I'll venture out in search of beasts, as the world is still filled with them.
You did well, Siegfried. Glad we met. I need to recover my things.
Make sure you get everything. Jethro is known to have sticky fingers.
Let's get out of here.
Here's the key for the passage to town. A few days ago, I locked the door to keep the cockatrice in.
Thanks. I'd rather not go back the way I came.
we might meet again if ever you visit the sewers. At times I venture down here in search of monsters.
Ah, your sacred mission of protecting humankind?
Your sarcasm is unnecessary. We're on the same side, Witcher. You'll realize this one day.
Farewell, and thanks.
If you ever need me, I'll be at my quarters in Vizima.
An ally is an ally. And let's steal the ham sandwich off the corpse in the sewers. Totally hygienic. Random shoe. Decided to see a private investigator. All I can think of is the Amazing Adventure Hours character, Philip Phantom, Deep Sea Detective. Basically, it's Batman parody, really. The way he talks is clearly meant to be like a Christian Bale Batman impression. Or a piss take. Either or, it's hard to tell. I understand the point of him using a different voice to disguise who he is, but I'm talking about Batman here, not anyone else. But that voice, just what I've heard of it, is a little silly.
Vizima's temple quarter. Whores, murderers, beggars. So the Manda's base must be near.
You think the temple quarter will be more posh? Con artist.
You look able with a sword.
What is it?
I hid family valuables just before the war. And now,
You want to hire a stranger to retrieve them? You're kidding, right?
I know you well enough. I saw your sort during the war, death marching alongside them.
What's the deal?
Keep it all, as long as you return the family ring to me.
Why is this ring so precious?
With that ring, I'll come into my inheritance.
The guy's called a con artist. He's gonna fuck me over because I quashed. So, more quashed. I don't know why I talk like that, but I did.
Tell me more, but know that I don't kill humans.
Don't jump to conclusions. Undead linger near my belongings. All I want is the return of my ring.
Fine. And I keep everything but the family ring?
Yes, all yours in return for the ring. This key will open the gate in the sewers.
Where exactly will I find this treasure?
Enter the sewers and look for a gate. Beyond is the crypt where I hid the chest.
And where will I find you when I return?
I'll wait here every morning.
He's screwing me over, I know it.
Interesting.
The guy that I killed is back. And the woman that goes,
Have to start somewhere.
I detest this weather.
I've seen you here before. Seen you before.
Said your prayers today. Said your
Zombies.
prayers today.
Something devoured my neighbor's husband last week. Nobody takes on the monsters of the city.
He's got a magnetic personality. My apologies. But yeah, seeing characters we killed is kind of awkward, but is again part of the whole this skill reusing the models. Guide to Vizima. A description of Tamiri's capital, places of interest to visitors and establishments worth visiting. Like most human cities, Vizima is built on the foundations of an elven city. The seat of Temerian kings grew over the centuries, and today consists of 3 large districts, a port, and sprawling outskirts. In the temple quarter, the visitor's attention is drawn to the monumental cloister of the Order of the Flaming Rose, Saint Lebeda's hospital, famous for many miraculous recoveries that have occurred there, is also hard to miss. While admiring these edifices, avoid wandering into the non-human district, which has become a den of poverty and a layer of social outcasts. Most non-humans have been relocated to Old Vizima, which has currently become a ghetto inaccessible to visitors. Currently, the trade quarter is developing rapidly. This is hardly surprising, as it is home to wealthy merchants, as well as trade and political officials. The city's leading bank and city hall can also be found here. While in Vizima's trade district, be sure to visit the famous marketplace, where traders offer goods from around the world. Yes, I'm robbing a guy and asking for help. Hardly could go wrong now, could it? Goat's milk. Monk. Wheel of cheese. New. Keep thinking I'm feeling something in my mouth. It's annoying. Want some bounties.
Well, well, well. What do we have here?
I'm Geralt of Rivia.
A warrior like no other. Your legend precedes you. How can I help?
I'm looking for some information. Is this where I'll find it?
Good question. I used to work for the lawyers Codringer and Fenn. Satisfied?
The names mean nothing to me, but I'll assume that's a recommendation.
I don't know why, I just found that
You
funny.
understand information has its price.
I'll pay.
I'm all ears.
Okay, 1 second.